If you take Nigerians Inec to the US to conduct an election, Trump would lose the election because they're going to big it. In a recent political interview on Signature TV, legal practitioner and human rights advocate Aya King commented on Nigeria's electoral system using a comparative illustration involving international elections and institutional processes. According to King, if you take Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission to the US to conduct an election, Donald Trump will lose the election, expressing the view that electoral outcomes are strongly influenced by the systems and institutions overseeing the process. He used the statement to highlight concerns about electoral credibility, transparency, and institutional integrity. He explained that the quality of an election depends largely on the independence, efficiency, and public trust of the body conducting it. Yes, according to him, strong electoral institutions are essential for ensuring free, fair, and credible outcomes. He added that reforms aimed at improving transparency and accountability will strengthen democracy and enhance citizens' confidence in the process. King further noted that discussions about electoral system should focus on continuous improvement rather than criticism alone. He emphasized the importance of technology, clear procedures, and effective monitoring in reducing disputes and building trust among voters and political stakeholders. He stated that democratic systems thrive when institutions operate transparently and when citizens actively participate in civic processes. According to him, strengthening electoral frameworks will contribute to political stability and encourage broader engagement in governance. King concluded by urging policymakers and stakeholders to prioritize reforms that enhance credibility and fairness in elections, stressing that robust institutions remain the foundation of sustainable democracy and national development. Very true, everything that he said. Lazarus Okafor says Trump should send professionals to Nigeria's Inec to ensure that the election results were not manipulated. Are you pretty sure that Trump himself has not been manipulated? So he doesn't really care about anything that is going on again in Nigeria. Peter Osato Hame says that is why Nigeria referee can't officiate in ordinary CAF competition. Everything about Nigeria, and coming from Nigeria, all fake. They rig everything. The world is watching, but it's none of them taking Nigeria serious. So much infrastructure are the shame for Nigeria. Ferdinand Federico says Nigerians are the ones that are disgracing themselves. They cannot take proper control of their things and live involving international body alone. But Amosi says stupid talk. How is it a stupid talk? It's not a stupid talk. He's saying the truth. Carlo Cheche says, you stole my statement, or who revealed this to you? I was the first to say that Donald Trump can't win a councillorship election in Nigeria. Obi is even lucky to emerge as a governor. In Nigeria, we don't believe on good governance. We depend on prayers. Just rigging a madman into power and begin to pray until it becomes good. Or your name will become an enemy of progress. Not be smarting. Charles Eyo says the manner of rigging, the conduct, and the loud display of nonchalance by the riggers and rigged beneficiaries and the corrupted facilitating and compromised instruments of the state captured by the power of incumbency can never be condoned by the America. Never. What is playing out here in Nigeria is simply because the Nigerian people have totally lost their sense of outrage and objection to all the shenanigans that we see. Yes, so we can't fight. And that's because these people also, if you say you want to go and protest, now that's how they will carry a more tank and bring it outside. I guess 8377 says the difference is that while Trump will lose the election, all the Inec officials will be in prison because the law works in the US. Rodriguez says, should Nigeria get Inec? According to Chibuin, he says if it requires bringing in another country to cause our confused and compromised Inec to do things right, we should be able to do that. Just that. We want such interference because Nigerian institutions like Inec from day one is seen as corrupt. You can't rectify a broken glass. You can only replace it. Inec already has shown everyone that it is compromised. See the little election in Abuja, a test case where people are scoring 1,219 votes in a place that has 345 registered voters. You can imagine. And Wike was telling us that the election was free and fair. Wike, he can lie? It is well, shame. Kennedy says truly he may lose because he will not give them bribe. Widow says all this nonsense that Tinubu and Co are doing, God Almighty will deal mercilessly with them. What about us? Can't we deal with them? We have power in our hands, though. We are not just using it the right way. Murray says the Inec of Nigeria operates like a wedding planner. The bridegroom is always the APC. After the election, everyone goes to the court to cut the cake. Adeyadesi says Trump will win convincingly with Nigeria Inec because they follow the body language of the government in power. Okoli says he will fail woefully. He can't be in the third position. Jude says this man just accepted this chairmanship to rubbish all the reputation he suffered to achieve for the sake of Naira. I'm sorry for him and his generation. I'm sorry for you too. Mama says if they think you are telling lies, let them try it and see. Malami says some don't have anything reasonable to do. That's why they just come to the social media to vomit nonsense. It's not vomiting nonsense though. He's saying the pure truth. That's just the truth. It's not vomiting nonsense. Allow says Nigeria is not known for good character in the world because of bad leadership. Inec chairman is telling us that he will do what he will do, yes, during 2027 general election, but I just want to ask again, who told the politician that there will be election in 2027? Let's wait and see. Who said there will not be election in 2027? Why don't you want them to be there to be election? Maybe Daniel says when Trump lost the election to Biden, was the election conducted by Inec? Asaba says, Nigeria Inec are the most useless Inec in the world. No shame, no dignity. Thugs at motor parks are more professional than them. As Evan says, dead disgraced nation. Stephen Odbonaya says, and if you bring American electoral officers to conduct the election in Nigeria, Tinubu will fail. Exactly. In fact, it will be the last. Chinere says, true talk. Exactly. The man said the absolute truth. So, my listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.